She doesn't even go here.
I'm bi, actually.
Excuse me. Could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Hi, I'm Kurt Homo, and I'll be auditioning for the role of kicker.
Hello! Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Not So Straight Nerds. I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your host, Alicia.
And today, we are talking Masters of the Universe. Ooh. So, this is clearly a very big push from Amazon MGM for a new franchise. Kind of unapologetically, aggressively. They got deals with Denny's. I've seen that commercial everywhere.
A lot, yeah.
They're doing a lot of work to try and make this work.
Yeah.
And it's a very big budget movie.
Mm-hmm.
And we've watched it. Before we get into that,
I can't believe you're saying this and you liked it. I'm like, why are you talking like this? You gave it 4 stars.
Well, I think it's
Anyways.
very, I don't know, this reception to it I'm interested to get into.
Yeah.
And I do really like, a little bit love this movie, but it definitely has its flaws.
Yeah.
I think just given the franchise, I'm able to get past a decent bit of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still here to talk this out. This is like therapy. This is like, I love him, but I can acknowledge he's not perfect. Unlike He-Man.
So let's
he is
talk
perfect.
about it.
Look at him.
He's everything. She's just Tila. No, that's such a bad. They're everything. Who can we say?
He's
they're
everything.
Just,
He's just a
Skeletor.
skeleton.
Yeah, there we go.
He's just a head.
I'm about to say they're both the couple, or not even couple, but like 2 main characters are both perfect little angels, and then there's this guy. I love when he did that in the movie when he was like.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
So sorry.
Before we get into this conversation, let's get our vibe check out of the way. I think we're feeling pretty goofy right now.
Wow, it really like it's taking over. We just talked about Euphoria, and that is like not goofy. I mean, kind of is, but in a very different way.
Yes.
This is like child humor, and we'll get into that. But I'm like pumped. Anyways, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm hungry though. I haven't eaten like a solid meal genuinely in like almost 48 hours.
Dang.
Like it's bad. But I haven't had much of an appetite. I'm like hungry, but I keep eating things that then are gross for certain reasons. Like the thing I ate for dinner 2 nights ago made my stomach hurt. Maybe. I also had a migraine, so I can't really tell if it was a migraine or it was food. But unfortunately, my brain is associating it with the food. Then I tried to eat something for lunch yesterday, and it was chicken, and I bit into something. So now I'm like, I'm hungry, but I can't bring myself to eat anything. I'm just like, I hate
Sounds
food
like you
right
need to
now.
make your way to Denny's for the Super He-Man Humbo Burger.
We don't have a Denny's.
We'll find one. It's a quest.
No, I haven't been to a Denny's, and I don't know.
I don't know when the last time I went to a Denny's was.
I think, like, it's at the point where I'm like, I think I've been to one, but I don't know. I actually would have to ask my parents.
I mean,
for that.
like that and like Applebee's and
Yeah.
Chili's before high school all kind of blend together to me.
No, I always love Chili's. Don't know when the last, but Applebee's and Denny's are like, yeah, great comparisons for me. I don't know why. My family just, when they wanted breakfast food, which they don't, my family's not a big breakfast family, they go to IHOP. I mean, if they go out. So, I don't know.
So unrelated. Do you remember when they tried to rebrand to IHOB for a while?
Yes!
So bizarre.
Ugh, gross. See, and that's why they
And they
collaborated
pushed
with
that,
Denny's.
and they pushed that for like just a bit too long. Where it's like, okay, cool, this was a cool little promo to be like, yeah, we have burgers as well, but it's like that you've done this for months ago. You gotta stop.
Yeah, it became this like, is this serious? It was getting there. It was like, are you for real? Is this a permanent thing?
Now
I
we're
was getting
worried.
there. And now, no. Like, it was funny for a second. Change it back.
At
It's
first,
like-
I was saying IHOB as a joke, but now I don't think I'm joking anymore.
No, it's like when Taco Bell got rid of the Mexican pizza and everyone was like,
Computer.
no. No, you're going to bring it back. And they were like, okay. And then same with like Chili's trying to get rid of the skillet queso.
Yes.
Everyone was like, no. And they were like, okay. I love when companies are like scared. It's the funniest thing to me.
You love to see the ability of the mass market to make companies backpedal.
The only reason it even took as long as it did to bring the skillet queso back is because they had to get all the ingredients again. That's the only reason. It would have been faster if they just kept the ingredients. They would have had it out the following week, but it took like a month because they were like, well, shit, we gotta order the stuff again.
Crazy. Anyways, I think we can end this.
Yeah, so sorry. Can you tell we're hungry? Anyways.
Oh, honestly, I love going into this episode with this energy.
Back to Masters of the Universe.
Yes. So we will be talking spoilers for this. Warning. It is currently in theaters. You can go and see it. It should be at most theaters right now. You have been warned. So, personally, I know pretty little about this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I've been watching a YouTube series called Death Battle, which has a bunch of fictional characters across different franchises fight each other, and it's like big internet questions like Hulk versus, I think Godzilla has an episode, but it's like big fictional characters that are like adjacent to each other being fight, and they like do the math to try and be like, who would reasonably win this fight?
Mm-hmm.
And one of their earlier ones that I watched, it was He-Man versus Lion-O from the Thundercats. And have you heard any of those words before?
No.
But I don't know. Seeing like the research and backstory of He-Man got me pretty hyped for this movie because he's just such a silly guy. His abilities are just like insane. Like, I'm trying to think of like a fictional equivalent to him in his strength. It's like queer-coded Hercules. And it's very fun. It has a very
Giving that.
fun 80s cartoon aesthetic because that it was what it was.
Question now. Could he play Hercules in the Russo brothers live action Hercules?
I don't
If that's still even a thing. I don't even know if it's going to end up being a thing.
I feel like
kinda
that,
Blade
I feel
at
like they
this
talked
point.
about that before they were given the Avengers movies. And I feel like I haven't heard about that since. So I wouldn't be
I
surprised
know,
if that
it's kind of like
stopped.
Blade, where it's like no one's talking about it anymore. Anyways, but if it is still a thing, could he be a good Hercules?
I don't think he'd be the worst one.
And
I
we
think
know he
there's
can
certainly
sing.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? If we have to have it, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah.
But I also have heard from the same franchise, She-Ra has a Netflix animated show where she is some amazing lesbian representation from what I hear.
Yeah.
She's dating apparently a very angry cat girl and people love them.
Okay.
But also
I'll watch it.
it's fuck Netflix because they're trying to remove that even though it's a Netflix original.
If you needed another reason, which you probably don't.
Yeah.
Gross. Because I also saw a tweet, I think this morning or last night, very, very recently, where they were like, even despite the month of May being the best month for AMC theaters since 2019, and it's the first time I think like the domestic or worldwide something hit 1 billion since 2019. It's like the biggest month period since before COVID. They're still being like, yeah, we're no longer gonna work with directors who want their movies in theaters. Okay, if that's the hill you want to die on.
Yeah. In that case, I really hope awards bodies are like, cool, then you're just not going to be eligible for awards.
Yeah. Like,
Clock them, please. Someone
hang
needs
on
to clock them.
that K-pop Demon Hunters win, because that's the last one you're ever going to get. With that attitude, so, yeah.
Yeah.
And you just know, I love that they banned AI, because you just know Netflix was pissed about that. Because, again, you'd know they would want to use it.
Mhm.
And they probably have, and we just don't know. Yeah. Anyways.
So going into this movie,
Back to good things.
yes, I feel like we're going to say that a lot this episode.
Yeah.
And I apologize beforehand. So what were your expectations going into this movie?
I will be so honest. I was getting Dungeons and Dragons vibes from this, and that was a good part because I loved that movie. I thought that was so camp in a fun way. However, I felt like this was giving this would be really great and popular and fun in like the early 2000s or 2010s, but it's coming out in 2026. I don't know what it even reminds me of from that era. It just feels like costumes. I don't know. And I even like the costumes. So it's hard for me to even find. And I'm not even dissing on that because I loved a lot of movies in that era. But it just felt almost out of place for the time it was coming out in. I don't know. I had a lot of reservations going into it. I was not expecting a crazy ton. I liked the cast. I actually, like I said, liked the costumes. I thought it was cool that they were real. I liked hearing a couple days ago that they were in their costumes a lot on set to get used to it, even before set, just to like make it feel natural when they wore it. I thought that was great. Clearly a lot of care has gone into this movie. They talk about it very highly. They talk about how much crazy amount of work they have put into this movie, and I always will respect that. Even if the movie could be like horrible, and I will always respect a lot of effort being put in. I think that's great, especially nowadays. Real human being effort. But I did, from the trailers, have reservations thinking, I think this is going to be good. I don't think this is going to be great. It was kind of giving almost like Mortal Kombat, where it's like, this could be fun, the action could be fun, certain things could be fun, but I don't think this is going to change the game in any way. I don't know. It's giving those vibes. Maybe like a little silly, a little like not taking itself seriously. Yeah. But I love me some fantasy. I wish more fantasy things took itself seriously. Now, did I expect this film to? No. But it would be nice if we got another, like, Lord of the Rings at some point. I feel like the closest to that is Dune, but that I really only say that because it's, like, a book. It's a huge, like, movie adaptation, but that's, like, not even the same genre. I wish we had, like, true fantasy, but taking itself seriously like Lord of the Rings did most. I mean, it had jokes, but, like, it was very, like, it's very, like well-made fantasy. And I don't know. I knew this wasn't going to be that. And even though I shouldn't expect it to be that, I was still disappointed that it wasn't that, I guess. I don't know. Needless to say, my expectations were not that high. But there were things I could go into it being excited for.
Okay.
Anyways.
Okay.
Your turn, because you had higher expectations
Yeah,
than me, so.
I thought the trailers looked very fun. I thought the cast looked very strong, and from what we were seeing of the action, I was very excited to see that, in full.
Yeah.
So it's He-Man. I'm not super familiar with it, like, at all, but I love the vibes.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think the trailers were very vibey. And yeah.
I appreciated the fact that they were not shying away from the fact that he was in a skirt. Period. You're comfortable in your own masculinity, and I love that. And I love that again, it was giving like 2000s to me, but where so many movies would have these stereotypes for the women, I feel like it was fun to see her in like pants and him in the skirt. I'm like, I'm kind of digging this, I will say. And then I mentioned it to my mom, but I only said Master of the Universe, and she still was like, He-Man? And I was like, you know about that? She's like, yeah, it's my era. And I'm like, okay, queen. Anyway, so I was like, that's fun. You might get a good mix of people here who, like, younger generations knowing the cast and loving and liking the cast, older generations knowing the IP and liking the IP. It was fun. And I had, like, forgotten that this was, for whatever reason, I forgot this was Mattel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So.
this and Transformers are, like, the same thing, where it's a toy line and then a franchise centered around advertising their toy line.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
And respect.
Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, going right in, I think just based off of that, so you said your expectations were lower. I would say, would moderate be the right word to describe them? Do you think your expectations were met?
Yes, that's one of the first things I said when we left the theater was the parts I thought I would like, I liked. The parts I thought I had reservations on, I didn't like. It, like, my expectations were, I hope this is a 3 out of 5, and it was. I gave it a 3 out of 5. I was like, okay. So I'm not really mad at it. Yeah, I got what I came for, basically.
Fair.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. I would say my expectations were somewhere between a 4-star and a 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm there. Aggressively there.
Yeah.
I will say, ultimately, it's a 4 for me. I could see myself, as the year goes on, dropping that half.
Yeah.
But currently, there's nothing around it that I would move around on my list. So
like, a 3 out of 5 would be a 7 out of 10. 4 out of 5 would be an 8 out of 10. Would you say you would put this as more like a 7.5 out of 10 right now? Like in the middle? Or would you put it right now at 8?
I'm at an 8.
Okay.
I am at an 8. I could see it dropping that half point and then me being like, I mean, I guess I could drop it to a 3.5. But ultimately, I think this movie does a lot more right than I think it does wrong for what it's trying to do. So, jumping right into pros and cons, best parts.
I already mentioned some of them, but I want to shout out the costumes. I think they're great. I want to say, hopefully I'm not mixing this up, but I think I saw somebody say they want whoever did the costumes for this to do the costumes for Wonder Woman. Okay, good. Then I must have gotten that right. I agree. I totally agree.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, I think they made great practical costumes here. Yeah.
And they look incredible.
I think they look great. So I totally agree. I think if they ever do a Wonder Woman thing, which hopefully they will eventually, unless things go so wrong for them, that this person gets on board with that. Hopefully, clearly they like superhero type stuff. So it's
Gosh, if they, the next Wonder Woman project needs to be taking notes from God of War right now, because oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Diane, go out there and fight gods. That's what we need to see.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Costumes, cast. I liked the cast as much as I thought I would. There were even some fun surprises there. Vanessa from Deadpool is a sorcerer here, and I'm like, oh my god, Maddie.
Jen from
what's
Agatha?
Her name? Yes. Creepy and irritating, but that's the character she's supposed to be playing. So good job, Queen. And then Kristen Wiig crying in the bathtub. God, I love her. She was the voice of a robot here. You know what's really funny? I kept thinking. No, not kept thinking. upon first glance from a distance, I thought I don't even know what to call her. The skeleton lady. I don't know what to call
Evelyn.
her. Evelyn. I thought she was Kristen Wiig for a split second, and I was disappointed that it wasn't her. I would have eaten that
And yet
up.
she was still here.
And yet her presence was still here. I thought that was hilarious when I saw her name in the credits. I was like, Queen, you did show up. I just wish I saw your face. Anyways, but that's
And
really
now
funny.
you're crying in the bathtub.
Bathing in my tears. That is from Gabby's Dollhouse, which Luke made me watch last year.
And you know what?
Its
legacy is still felt.
It was a bad movie, but
Kristen Wiig ate that movie.
She ate. She ate that. Okay. So I actually can't bring myself to have any regrets about that. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
I'll
know.
go.
Okay.
So, absolutely love the cast. I think the casting is very strong. I have to read his name to make sure I don't get it wrong. Nicholas Galitzine.
I keep wanting to say Galentine, like queen or king.
But I think he's cast so
Anyways.
well as a queer-coded himbo.
Love him.
Killing it.
We'll get to this later, but Purple Heart's being in his filmography, you hit, what the hell?
I hope he switched management
I
after
hope
that.
You got a good paycheck, and I hope you fired whoever told you to get that project. Because everything, it hit, Bottoms, the royal one that he was in.
Red, white, and royal blue.
No.
Oh, King George.
Mary and George.
Mary and George.
Yes, Red, White, and Royal Blue. What's the other one?
Sheep Detectives.
Oh, yes. But, Cinderella, I
Cinderella.
feel like is even probably queer-coded. I just haven't seen it. Ally. But what the fuck is Purple Heart? So why did you do that, sir?
Oof,
Anyways.
that's rough.
Yeah.
I also...
He's making up for it, though. He's like, I'm so sorry.
He's doing the work. So, I loved him here a lot. I thought he was really funny. And he goes all in on that action. The action in this movie, I also thought was very fun.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the visuals mostly.
The visuals,
The visuals of the
great.
fictional world,
Mhm.
loved it. The visual effects of all of the characters, like the beast that chases them in the real world.
Mhm.
Dude, he looked so good.
Giving Spider-Man No Way Home the fight on the bridge, I was like, I'm having flashbacks right now. Wait. No, I totally agree. I feel like that's where my disappointment. I'm like, you have such beautiful, beautiful worlds like this. We never get this with fantasy movies ever. And then you have middle school jokes, and I'm like, I die a little inside. I'm like, I get it. It fits here. But I want, I think of Legend of Zelda. I'm like, please let that hit. Please let that be as pretty and serious. Because I need in my soul another
I think
Lord of the
Westfall has it.
Rings.
I'm confident. I mean, especially after Maze Runner, I think he can make that be a very beautiful movie.
I sure hope so.
It's the illumination of it all that scares me.
I know. I'm like, no. Anyways, we'll see. We'll be there. We'll make a video on it.
But the score in the soundtrack, I also really loved. I was constantly really into whatever was happening because the score was just so 80s rock opera. It reminds me in that aspect of the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of, I feel inspiration from that, which
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
translates really well here.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked...
I personally really liked Skeletor's design. Evelyn would have been perfect to me if she didn't have the thing on her head.
She
You
looked,
need to do something
dude,
else.
when she had that bob reveal, I was like, that looks so good.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's the Batty. You're holding yourself back.
It's the person who throws in a hat to try and change the vibe, and they're not a hat person.
Just like Skeletor's right there with a hoodie. Just get a hood. Just get a hood
No.
or a crown.
I also think this movie adapted Skeletor really well, and people really love Skeletor from this movie. Tragic, and you know what? Tragically, that happens to be Jared Leto under there.
Oh my god, that is such a con. I did not know that. And I'm kind of glad I didn't know that, so I didn't have to, suffer the whole movie.
No, so many of the Letterboxd reviews are bad news, guys. Unfortunately, he plays a good Skeletor. But I also see the take that I completely agree with. I think anyone could have voiced over Skeletor,
Yeah.
and you could have had anyone doing the body movements on that.
For
Or
sure.
a lot of talented
Yeah.
people doing the voice, the
No,
physical
you talked
maneuvers
about
on it.
in something. Yes, you talked about in the Euphoria episode how Sam Levinson is now like a Scarlet Letter. That's like Jared Leto to me as an actor. I'm like I die a little inside every time I see his name on a project. He's in so many. When like so many other much more talented Oscar-winning actors have not gotten the same treatment.
Mm-hmm. I will say,
Gross.
like, at least here, the marketing is hiding him really well. Because you see the rest of this cast everywhere doing stuff, but not him.
Yeah, but then
But-
it's not like something recent came up for him. Like you knew when you hired him.
Mm-hmm.
You knew. So I don't really give them a lot of credit for that.
No, that's fair.
I'm like, but you hired him and you
And
knew he
so
was
many
gross
people
when you
could have done
did. I'm like, ugh, I'm over it. Like, where is Mikey Madison's next project? What's that girl doing? Anyways, that's just one of many, many examples I could give. But I'm like, if I have to see Jared Leto pretty much every year in life in another bad role or bad movie, then I deserve to see a good actor in something every year. They're like making up for it by putting Zendaya and Robert Pattinson in so many films.
Hmm.
Anyways, yeah.
Evelyn, I love seeing Allison Brie places.
Yeah. I think she was fun.
I have notes. Whenever she was doing action, I really liked her.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
need.
Sorry.
We're staying in best parts. I can't get into her yet.
Yes.
Are there any other best parts?
I
I
wanna
liked the young actors.
I was
thought they
just
were
about to say
so
that.
cute.
No, and it felt, I will say, he did a really good job because he was playing a young version of Nicholas's He-Man.
Yeah,
And that read really well.
Mhm.
That's really impressive for someone,
I agree.
for a younger actor.
But I actually also want to look up the actress who played young Tila because I thought she did a really good job, and she seemed almost familiar to me. It's hard though because she seems like similarly to Camila Mendez. She might have contacts in, so it might be
that
I
can change a
can't-
lot.
Yes, dude, I actually was a little worried because I thought Camila looked crazy with the. I mean, people with blue eyes. Sorry, so
Hi.
sorry.
Yes?
Sometimes I forget you have blue eyes.
Piercing blue eyes.
No, they look crazy sometimes. Especially like the light blue eyes, like the. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, and see that's what your thumbnail post should have been. Anyways, back to it. So I may not be clocked. I thought Camila Mendez looked crazy at first, and I'm so glad I never thought that in the movie. I don't know. It was just outside of it. I'm so used to her having really pretty dark eyes.
No, I didn't even clock that in any trailer or anything. So when she first showed up, I was like, whoa. But then I never noticed it again.
No, I just noticed it because I think I follow her on Instagram or something. Somehow I saw a post where she was talking about she had her contacts in for the premiere. I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, okay, wait with that. But also you scared me a little. Go back. Anyways. But she looked great in this movie. I was like, okay, I actually didn't once think she looks crazy right now. I'm like, okay, girl. You just needed to, like, be in character. I get it. Outside, you're like, you're not a blue-eyed person. I don't know. It's like a scary vibe that you just don't have. You're just too much like, I don't know. Not scary? I don't know the word. Yeah.
I also love seeing Idris Elba basically in anything.
Yes.
And then
He's
him and
great.
the robot were very funny.
I agree. I really liked the robot. I wish they got a
The
little bit more
robot
of
is
her.
labeled as Roboto on Letterboxd. Feels weird they didn't give her a better name. She reminds me a lot of the droid in Solo L3, voiced by Fleabag. I forget her name a lot, but she's
Phoebe
Waller-Bridge.
Waller-Bridge.
She's so funny. They're very... Ugh, I need to get these two droids in a room together, and they're either going to love each other or kill each other.
No in between.
I also... You know what I really liked about this movie? I liked that Adam was such an outsider wherever he went. I loved that whenever he was in the real world, he was crazy to people. I think we got to see him in the normal world like the perfect amount.
No.
His roommate I thought was hilarious. Jen from HR was hilarious. And then his date was also hilarious.
His roommate? Was that his roommate?
The roommate?
Dave.
Date?
Date. Sorry. What's the roommate's name? He was hilarious. That's another pro. I loved him. I loved the fact that
You kept walking in on him watching sad movies and crying.
Yes. I'm like, King, I hope you like stay in this universe and find an epic love like from those movies. I'm like, I want that for you. I also want you to embrace the fact that you love those movies, because that is like if a guy was honest about that, like that's hot. I'm like, be who you. Sorry, it's Pride Month and that video's going around so much. Anyways. Be your bride. So sorry. Anyways, I looked it up, the young actress. I don't think I know her from anywhere. Unfortunately, she's playing a character I don't even know who that is in the Harry Potter series.
Fascinating.
It's labeled Katie Bell, and I'm really trying to rack my brain remembering who the hell that is.
Katie Bell. Oh.
Katie Bell.
Why does it kind of get... that might be someone who gets petrified. I like vaguely feel like that might be it. Beyond that, I
Yes,
couldn't
Draco
guess.
Malfoy curses Katie Bell.
Huh?
I don't know. I
feel like-
Oh, she's the one that touches the cursed necklace in Hogsmeade and like goes up
Yep.
crazy and then.
Poor girl.
Aw, well at least you won't have to be in it for very long. At least she's not like Hermione or anything.
Sure.
Not trapped for 8 seasons.
Indeed.
Anyways.
I also will say I really love the themes of this movie.
She's in Barbie. Wait, that has to be. She's labeled as 2001 girl.
Oh, she's maybe one of the kids who plays with the dolls in the like now introducing.
Yes. That has to be where I clocked her from. I've seen that movie so many times, so like that has to be like I can't picture her, but it's like that's where I know her from. Yes. That's crazy.
Fair. But I really love this movie's exploration of masculinity. Hearing that was going to be what this movie was about, I think also made me very excited about it. Someone had compared this movie to I Saw the TV Glow, but about masculinity, and that made me also super interested. I can kind of see that in the aesthetic of your life is normal and then there's something like super crazy and fantastical that you're just not in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is an accurate comparison. Certainly on a vibe level, nothing alike. But the exploration of masculinity and what, that idea means, I really love that. He's very... even when he is super strong and muscular and buff and veins are all over him. I really like that they still keep him such like a sweet guy. That scene with the sorceress where she's like, to you masculinity brings empathy and understanding and, you know, the seeking for like peace. And the idea that Idris Elba's character Duncan brings up, the idea that, like, you know, you grow up thinking that masculinity is the want to fight people, but you need to change that to, like, it's protecting. So, like, you're stepping in the way
out of necessity.
Yes, for others. And I think that's a really healthy way to look at masculinity, actually. And then the idea that you, like, masculinity can be different things, but ultimately it's like there is benefit to masculinity, and there's almost like a, like, him being positive masculinity versus Skeletor being toxic masculinity, especially in that, like, montage thing where they go through all of the different places in his life, and he just comes out and he's like mogging on him.
Ugh.
Skeletor is such a silly, goofy guy, and he's also, like, the most evil being alive, and I really like how this movie tried adapting both of those things.
You know what? I found the joke, there's good in everybody, like, how could he do this? And it's like, because he's evil, and he's like, why? And it's like, because he has a skeleton for a head. And I'm like, that's funny. I got a chuckle from me. Yeah, because why does it always have to have an explanation? It doesn't always have to, especially in this context. I think it worked. I think sometimes, yeah, develop your villains, but, like, I think that was funny.
That was a huge discussion in Phase 4 of Marvel, because that went on for a while. But the idea that, like, oh, all bad guys have to have sympathetic backstories, and their evil always has to come from somewhere. I don't agree with that sentiment necessarily, that the way people were describing it. I think if every character is just, I'm evil, then that gets boring really quickly. I think selectively that's very fun. Like, I think that's what the original Green Goblin brings. I think Doom is typically kind of viewed as that. Palpatine. Like, you can have characters that can fit that type, but not a lot. I think that just makes your franchise super boring. Fortunately, Skeletor just is one of those characters.
Plus, this is the first movie, so it's not like it's become a pattern. Like, it
not
works.
At all. So, for me, recast Jared Leto for the next one, and you're perfect.
Yeah. I love how he's like, you're probably this way because of some, like, childhood trauma. And he's like, no, I'm just evil. No, I just suck. I'm gonna kill you now.
No, he also is a very flamboyant villain here, which is really fun as well.
Yeah.
And then they keep talking innuendo-y about the sword, which tragically gets me every time. Specifically, I will say, because this is a movie that's tackling masculinity and how to be a man, and the idea, and even the idea that the sword is the thing that makes him a man, so the emphasis on it and comparing it to manhood, literally, I think works on a meta level.
Any other best parts? I have some worst parts ready.
I also really love there's the scene in the Snake Tower where he's fighting all of the different goons. You know what? I like that. I like that even the supporting characters in, like, the fight scenes, they all have, like, their own thing. Bad guys and good guys. And I think that's very fun. It's very you're playing with your action figures. Which this is
Dungeons
the
and
movie.
Dragons. That's, yeah, for sure.
But even Dungeons and Dragons, like, all of the people who really could do things were named characters. I like that this one is just like, yeah, that's Ram Guy. He rams. But then, like, they do it cool. And they do that on both sides.
Do it cool.
Like, I don't know. It's not just like... I'm trying to think. It's not just like Dungeons and Dragons. It's like, oh yeah, big guy in the same costume as everyone else, and they fight doing the same thing. I like that there's different ways that these smaller characters fight that
Sure.
still feels unique, and it's switching up, I think, the pacing of fighting, which I think is really fun.
Mhm.
I think that's right. I think it's interesting to mix things up.
Sure.
I might think of other things, but that's most of my pros.
I would like to discuss also, I think the same thing. The snake towers when he's trying to save his dad, right? Or
Yeah.
no? Okay. Yes. I literally did the biggest eye roll in the theater when he's like, "No, I never viewed you as weak." Yes, you did. Shut the fuck up. You're not about to gaslight me like this. You will not ever in life get me to believe that he was like not disappointed in his son. Let dads be evil. It's fine. He sucked. He was a bad father. You don't have to like redeem him just because he's dying. He was shitty to his son because he didn't view him as strong, or like the ways, he had the toxic view on masculinity. I don't believe you. Trying to backpedal on that now. Like, that's really easy to say when he has giant muscles and just beat everybody's ass. No, I'm proud of you. Of course you are. Now, I reject that. I was so annoyed by that in the theater. I was like, wow, we're actually going with this? No. I don't believe that. I reject that. It's okay if his dad was not a good dad. That's allowed to happen. Anyways.
I agree. I think that is jarring, at least to the extreme that they do in that quick flashback
Like,
of that scene.
You could have had him assume both his parents were disappointed in him, and then have him have the conversation with his mom about, I was never disappointed in you. I always saw the good in you, empathy. I would have believed that, and that would have worked and had the same great message. I think it's a great message. I think it was coming from the wrong person.
I think the sentiment even changes if he's like, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Which I think you get what you're going for there.
Yes, exactly. I agree. But to have him be like, no, I never thought that. I will not be gaslit like this. When I tell you, I literally rolled my eyes so hard in that theater. I was like, wow. I tuned out a little bit because I was like, no, we're not going with this. That's genuinely one of my biggest cons. My other one, okay, this is more in a silly direction. This is like, I don't know. This isn't like as big of like I hate this. I was a little bit taken out when they went back to all the flashbacks in the real world. I was like, and then he was working out, Skeletor. I was like, no, I don't like this. I know I'm probably the odd one out in that. I was a little icked out by that. I was like, I can't take this seriously. I feel like that's the problem with movies like this. It's like, sometimes I do want it to take itself seriously, or sometimes I'm having the feeling that I should be taking this seriously, but I can't because of what's happening right now. Like, I feel like it was supposed to be an emotional climax for this character's arc, but clearly there were jokes being made, and so I'm like confused how I'm supposed to feel right now. Am I supposed to feel like this is the emotional climax, or am I supposed to laugh? Because then he's making a dick joke, and I'm like, what are we doing here? It's fine. If it's funny, they were probably funny, but I was just left conflicted because I led into it thinking, okay, emotional arc. He's flashing back to how he was also kind of a little bit viewed as a loser in the real world. Not that he necessarily was one. And then Skeletor shows up, and I'm like, oh, so this is supposed to be a joke. I don't know. I was not a huge fan of it. I was like, that was one of the moments where the comedy didn't hit for me because I didn't know how to feel. Yeah. And then my third biggest one, I have nitpicky ones, but those are probably my top three, was the speech that he gave went on way too long.
That's so fair.
I'm like, the first half of it, I was like, okay, now let's break out. And he was like, and then he kept going and he kept messing up, and I was like,
I will say, especially considering they talk about how he's supposed to be good at his job.
no, But he says that multiple times in the film that he's supposed to be good at his job. And I'm like, I don't believe you. But I can't tell if we're supposed to be believing you or if we're supposed to be like, no, you're clearly not. I don't know.
I would say I think the movie's trying to make you say that because that's what his boss says as well.
Yeah. That's so true.
And I will say that it's like you see him. I think it's really funny having the savior warrior prince have a career in HR. I think that is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that also feeds into the themes really interestingly.
Well, it's one thing, when he says, I'm really good at talking to people. It's one thing if it doesn't work with Skeletor. I think that's on brand for him. It's another one that it is really, not that it doesn't work, because obviously it does. They do break out of the prison. But it's very awkward to witness with the people. That's when you lose me. Skeletor, I get it. He's evil. He doesn't care what you have to say.
And I
You're
also
not
really
gonna
liked
get
it
to
when
him.
he was going on the bridge with the jaw guy, metal jaw guy.
Yeah.
I was like, this is also a really good example of that.
Mm-hmm.
It feels weird that whenever it's him trying to do it with actual allies, that it's the
Yeah.
weirdest.
Yeah, I agree.
And not in the capacity that I think it's like him being an outsider.
Mm-hmm.
It feels less like that and more like it feels like he's making this up as he goes, even though that's...
And in moments like that, I think of as a woman, I'm like, clearly Tila over here is much better at what she does. She's a great fighter. She's also kind. Like right now you're making yourself look like a joke, and she's would be the better option in my mind. So then when you're making the man a joke that's gonna inevitably be the leader, when there's a woman who's much more qualified right next to them, then you lose me. Then it's not funny. Then I'm like kind of offended a little bit. Even though I do think he's a good leader, I just think they represent him poorly in that scene. Like, then you make him a joke, and then it's like the woman next to him is much more qualified right now. Let her give a speech. Anyways. I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, I think that's fair.
Hmm.
I think a con I have that I kind of go back and forth on is I love that he's an outsider of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is trying to be a funny action movie. I think I love when the comedy comes from him not understanding things and like the separation of things and him being such an unserious character in a more serious place. I think when the silliness comes from the war for survival of the universe and like these characters,
Mm-hmm.
I would say outside of the main cast, it struggles to land for me a handful of times.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever they, like you pointed out, like the way they do just adapt the silly names. I'm like, yeah, like did you guys not have cool names before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like even if these were the names that like I'm sure these are the names of these characters and action figures from the original comic book, but then like make them just like code names for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the military has code names for people all the time or
Yeah.
adjacent media. So like,
Or like, I also hated how they reacted to him saying Tila's nickname was a warrior goddess. I'm like, that's cool as fuck. You're not gonna convince me that you didn't like that name.
well, I think that's just because it's implying that he like had a crush on her because he called her that when she was like 13.
I mean,
And it's
but she already knows that.
well, but it's not fun to bring up.
Well, but I don't even know. But she did bring it up. She brought it up. She asked him, "What was my nickname?" I'm like, girl, you know he had a crush on you. Like, why are you asking that? I think that's her fault. I'm like, girl.
It is. It's just very awkward, but I think I
If
like the way
maybe
that's
her
played.
dad asked, I think that could have been funnier.
Mm.
She could have been like, no, we don't need to know. Oh, warrior goddess. Like, looking at her dad, like, why did you make him say that? I think that could have played funnier. But the fact that she was the one that asked that, I'm like, you know he's about to say something right now. Anyways, but
Yeah.
also accurate nickname. I love that.
I love her in this movie. Something else that I was kind of hoping, it doesn't ruin the movie for me at all, but it's just my preference.
Mhm.
He-Man is such a queer-coded himbo, and I dislike that it's two different love interests that he's going after here in this movie. Matter of preference, but man, that is not a straight man.
Oh,
The
that
date.
both were women. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels weird that
Tila, I could get because it's like a childhood friend.
Mhm.
Like she's objectively really
and I
pretty
love
and awesome.
the scene where she's like, and we're friends, and we'll always be friends, and nothing's going to get in the way of that ever.
That was funny.
Love that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Here they switch Skeletor to be a lot more queer coded than He-Man, which is not that I think the original Skeletor has any kind of reading on that spectrum originally, but He-Man definitely sexually ambiguous, but I think reads a bit less here other than the way he physically looks, which he didn't choose. So I'm like,
Agree with that. Ooh, speaking of how he physically looks, I think it's a little bit hilarious, but also I feel like a fairly easy fix that they tried to like hide the fact that he was buff and like completely failed. Crashed and burned. Like crashed and burned. Trying to put him in baggy clothes at the gym. I'm like, no, just have him be buff. Have him like have been working out a long time ago. Have the flashback to when he's in the gym. Be more of a flashback instead of like a modern thing. Because he wants to work out and wants to like try to be what his father had the idea of being masculine. Have like his Captain America moment. And like you don't even need to do that long. Just have him be skinnier in the flashback scene. Have it be a flashback. Have him be skinnier. And then now he's buff. So all the present scenes he can be buff.
or
It wouldn't even take that much CGI or whatever. VFX. I don't know.
Like looking at what they did in like the Captain America movie
Uh-huh.
to do like the.
Well, I mean, that was a long time ago, though, so it would have been better now.
I think it's fine if he just is kind of muscular. Like, I think that's fine. And then he becomes a god. Like, there's a clear difference between those two things.
I agree, but again, it's like, then don't, like, he's clearly really buff. Stop putting him in sweatshirts and calling it a day. Like, he's still buff. I just can't. So that's like a little bit of a nitpicky con. I'm like, I feel like this is an easy fix. I don't know. And I also think it would have been really funny if he had gone on a lot of dates because he was physically attractive and then like immediately turns them off because of every single time he told them about his hometown.
Dude, I love
I
that
think
bit.
that would have been like, that could have been a fun like little montage there. Like that would have been so funny. But it's just the fact that they tried to hide it, which I'm like, you didn't though. Like you did not. Anyways, and then therefore I couldn't tell if when he lost the sword if he was supposed to go back to being a loser because he's the same size. So because he got put back in his regular clothes.
Mm.
So like, am I supposed to be believing he's like weak again? I don't know. Because he's the same size. He's just in different clothes. So these are conflicting ideas here. I loved, though, I will say, in the upgrade, how he got a blowout. I'm like, whoosh,
Gotta love a blowout.
walk. Like, he was ready to go on the runway. I'm like, okay. Both times he upgraded. He
You
got
know
a
what was
blowout.
crazy to me? Whenever someone asked him, is this what people dress like in your world? And he's like, no.
Not really.
What do you
I
mean?
also thought that. I was like, you're in the most basic ass outfit ever. What do you mean nobody dresses like that? I don't, like, that's so stupid.
No one took Adam out to a gay club, and it shows.
Anyways, I'm like, what are we doing here? No, I also
going
thought
on?
I was also really weirded out by that. Yeah.
You know what? You haven't circled back yet. Evelyn. You said you wanted to circle back to her in cons.
Yeah, I mean,
And I also agree,
I think
mostly.
if it was Kristen Wiig, it could have been funny, and I think it would have been played better. It was Allison Brie, right?
Yeah.
I think I know what they were going for, and I don't think she was truly successful in that. I think she was supposed to be kind of funny, but also clearly abused, and for some reason staying in that. And I don't think she pulled off the funny part. The helmet didn't help, because I thought she looked really stupid.
Especially
most of the
when I
movie.
think the designs of like almost every other character looked a lot
know,
better.
that's
It's
why I was
weird
like,
that
she's
one
so
didn't
out of place.
adapt
Yeah.
well at all.
She felt so out of place because of that, because everyone else looked so great.
And then like the helmet came off and I was like, that's the look.
Yes.
Have her lose the helmet and then she never wears the helmet again.
Yes.
And then she puts that damn thing back on. But no, they have a weird dynamic. It's kind of giving like secretary to the most evil person ever.
For sure.
But it feels, I don't know if it's just because of it's a gender thing, but it feels like there's some weird spark that's supposed to be there between them. Like, it feels like in theory that's supposed to be there, but I don't see it, but they kind of act around it, if that makes sense.
For sure.
So it's weird. And then the way that she comes off, I think, without that spark there also feels very jarring for most of her scenes. There's a couple that get me, but
I don't know. It just, her entire character stuck out to me and not in a good way. Yeah. I don't know.
it's almost like, because Skeletor is a bit like, ha-ha! Like, that's his voice. So it feels like they put some, like, transferred some of his silliness into her instead. And I feel like that didn't work.
I don't know. And I also just, I'm bored with seeing women be like, Sire, we'll get them for you. Put it away. We don't need to see that. And then at the end, the post-credit scene, I'm like, okay. Girl, respect yourself more. Because now, like, it's one thing if you just fell down this huge rabbit hole of helping this guy. And so inevitably you want him to win so he can have power so you can have power. He's dead. You don't have to resurrect him. Go be with you literally got a front row seat into how kind and forgiving the leader is of this place. He would absolutely, like, forgive you, and, I mean, yeah, maybe I don't know, maybe she'd probably go to jail or something temporarily, but it wouldn't be bad. It's not like he's gonna kill you. It's not like he's gonna, like, super punish you. He might not even punish you at all. He might just let you live among the people. Like, I just don't, I don't know enough about you to be like, why are you making these decisions? You have literally nothing to gain here. He almost killed you.
I'm curious what that dynamic is like in the cartoon, because
Yeah.
I've never seen this character before. When I was looking up stuff for this episode, I saw a picture of like some cover of the original show, and she's there.
Yeah.
And, like, pretty center, but I don't know. I'm very curious what that dynamic originally was, and where, if this was adapted well or not, or where the lapse came from. But it's weird.
It's just weird. It's like, make her evil, unapologetically evil, but then stop having her be pushed around so much.
Or show her being unbothered by it. Like,
Yeah.
she's clearly being affected by
Yeah.
Skeletor doing things to her, so then it does have a very weird, like, okay, she's evil, and also being victimized. So I agree. I think it's trying to have its cake and eat it too.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like, this doesn't add up.
And then I don't think, I think obviously Skeletor needs to come back because that's the He-Man villain. I don't know how many others he could have. But, like, just have his eyes start glowing. I think that's the end credit scene that we should have had.
I agree.
Speaking of end credit scenes.
We both looked at it like the same time. We were like, wait.
Dude, I think it's so crazy when our when our minds just sync up.
No, it's crazy when like we're silent, just like on our phones. And there was one time where we were like, I don't even know what it was, but we started singing the same part of the same song at the same time. We were totally silent. We weren't talking about anything. We hadn't been talking about anything. There was nothing playing that would have indicated that. And it was just a random ass song. We didn't even start singing two different parts of it. We started singing the exact same lyrics at the exact same time. It was the craziest thing. I still remember that. We almost did it again the other day, but because I had a song playing in my head, and then you started singing it out loud, and I was like, what? What is happening? Anyways,
She-Ra showed up.
baddie.
So exciting. I don't think I ever clocked that they were siblings before. I don't know if that's new or if that's... But that's interesting.
And her sword has a little blue stone, which I thought was cute. I'm like, okay, I want to know what's up with that. Why do you
Yes.
have two swords?
It's very... I think it'd be very exciting to see her either on her own or a part of the sequel. I feel like a
Yeah.
part of the sequel is probably the most likely.
Yeah.
But I think that's very exciting, especially because I think I wish there was a bit more queerness here in this movie.
Then she better fucking bring it.
Yeah.
Or there's going to be some problems.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's the only thing I've seen on the internet. I saw a picture that she was in it.
Mhm.
So I knew there was one when we hadn't seen her yet. I was like, stick around. I know there's at least one. But the thing that I'd seen like the same picture like 5 different times. Every single time it's like, she better be gay. Like, or we don't want it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she better be, or you're going to have problems. So, anyway. Fingers crossed. Oh, she looked like such a baddie, too. And I liked that it could be anyone.
Yeah.
Like, they probably didn't officially cast anybody yet. They probably just had a stand-in. And they were like, if we get a sequel, we'll cast somebody.
Trying to think of
I wonder
potential
if it
castings.
says who played her or like voiced her or whatever. Because even like Dorothy in the Wicked part 2, Wicked for Good, was somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she wasn't like actress, but she was somebody and she was credited. So surely.
Trying to think of potential really good She-Ra castings.
Also, we didn't shout out the fact that I'm guessing it's the voice actor that showed up. I could tell by the reaction that he was
I think he's the
iconic.
actor from the last movie.
Okay, yes, I do know actually that there is another movie.
Which, and you know what? I'm sure it takes itself a lot more seriously than this one.
Probably. He seemed fun though. I was like, wait, I kind of want to watch it.
I love
now.
that scene. It was it's like what you want from like a legacy kind of scene. It's very fun. Well, you're looking up that. I want to talk about Travis Knight, our director.
Mm-hmm.
So he has done some he's had a pretty good run. So this is the third movies of his that I've seen. He's also the director of Wildwood, which comes out later this year, and I am so excited for that. But apparently he has a big legacy at Laika, the company behind Coraline and Box Trolls, Paranorman. He was the director of Kubo and the Two Strings, which you have not seen yet. But I also want to rewatch all of the Laika films before Wildwood comes out, so you will see it.
Okay.
But it's do you like know anything about it? Oh, it's pretty cool. It's Kubo is this kid with a guitar, and he's able to like control these origami pages, so like they can like fold into things, and like he's made like a boat out of him. He like turns them into like birds. It's very cool.
Cool.
And then he also was the director of Bumblebee, and I loved Bumblebee.
Everyone loves Bumblebee for sure.
Oh, and that's the second, because I'm pretty sure Transformers is also Mattel. Like the toy brand, anyways.
Yeah. Also, Lauren Salui? I don't know. Australian actress and model, played She-Ra. So probably not gonna end up being
I wouldn't
her.
think so.
She's credited for 3 other things on IMDb, and they're like 3 to 5 minute things.
Yeah.
So probably not. Anyways,
I'm curious to see what people's fan castings for her would be.
I know. I'm excited. I don't know. Yeah, I'm very excited for Wildwood. That trailer looks great. Loved Bumblebee. So, period. I'm excited to see how he, because obviously animation is very, very different for a director, or just in general. So, I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Absolutely. The
And
trailer
you know
looks
what?
so good.
Like, isn't that the one that everyone's like, Oscar? He's gonna do this, and then he's gonna get an Oscar.
And there was
And I
a
love
really
that
good
for him.
trailer for it that I hadn't seen before. Like, there's a shot where the kid's on the playground and, like, the birds are about to swoop, and you see, like, the beaks kind of circling him in the shadow. And, dude, I'm very excited.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so good.
I don't know. Would he get an Oscar for that if it's just the movie? I don't know how that works. I don't know who gets the Oscar when you win animated. I would guess it's like the director, but I
would-
actually have no.
I mean, it depends on, I think, who the studio puts it up for. I think it depends on what name's attached.
Well, he might win an Oscar
I
next
hope
year.
so.
Anyway.
But if I had to rank the 3 movies of him I'd seen so far, I want to rewatch Kubo and the Two Strings. It's been a while, and I remember it a lot better than I rated it. But just based off of that, it's that Masters of the Universe and then Bumblebee for me.
Yeah, mine would be
Subject to change.
Master of the Universe and then Bumblebee for sure.
The whole 2.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
But people are saying that, like, after this, and the people who really enjoy it are saying that he would make a really good Power Rangers movie. And you know what? I haven't seen the last one, which people really liked, but this is giving Power Rangers.
Yeah, the Power Rangers have been done so dirty over the years. Like, I would love if they finally got their flowers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe this director could do some good work with it.
I agree.
Next up, reception. So,
I have seen the critics score, which the last time I saw was at a 74. I don't know the audience. It has been mixed. I know some people really like it, but I know some people think it's mediocre. I would say probably like an 85.
the critic score is a 66.
Ooh,
So
it
that's
went
gone down. Kind of an aggressive amount. I'm
Yeah.
kind of surprised by that.
Huh.
And then audience score is at an 88.
Okay, I was close on that.
You
Alright.
were. The cinema score, do you have a guess?
Ooh, I mean, that is audience based. I would say probably like a B plus, maybe B plus.
It is a B.
It's a little low.
Indeed.
You know what? After they did Backrooms so dirty, wasn't it Backrooms?
Yes. Backrooms
think-
got a B minus.
That's bullshit. So you know what? This just further proves that Cinema Score is nothing. No, Cinema Score is like my enemy sometimes.
Okay.
Not that I take any of the like reception super seriously, or I try not to, but like they are crazy sometimes, especially when it comes to horror. I like almost never listen to them.
Oh, for sure.
So be little low. I'm not super surprised, but it's a little low. And then I saw on IMDb it was like a 7.1 or something. Yes, 7.1 out of 10. That makes sense to me.
I agree. Next up is box office projection. The current numbers I've seen are only based off of one day, and it's only at 4,000. Projected
4 million?
4 million. Yes. I'm
I
sorry.
was like, it's got to be more than that.
So, tracking so far, it's at 4. It's projected to open around 30 to 35 million.
That's pretty good. I will say, I don't really know. It hasn't got like crazy word of mouth. Just like, And then, but it doesn't have a competing movie really until Supergirl.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Supergirl's gonna even steal that much from them, and that's weeks away. I think they're different things. But then Toy Story 5 is gonna steal like from everybody. I don't know. What'd you say? It's projected for like 30 million, 35 million?
30 to 35 for its opening weekend.
Okay. I would say, well, it's probably not great because I bet its budget is way higher than that. I actually am a little surprised that it didn't open a little higher.
Scary Movie is winning this weekend.
It's true.
But also, on Thursday night, the highest grossing movie of the day was the Amazing Digital Circus special, which beat all of the everything else that's in theaters. Shout out.
I guess I would say maybe.
And for context, also that production budget is $170 million.
Oh, that's really bad. I don't know if it's gonna get a sequel. Not with that. That's pretty bad. 35. I feel like I usually do like a 2.5-ish times its opening weekend, typically. Unless it's something like Obsession, which I was thinking would get word of mouth. It was gonna open bigger, like different things. But this, no. I think it's probably like maybe like 85 million, something like that.
Which one are you locking?
I'll do 80 million because I really don't think it's gonna have crazy word of mouth.
I think it'll I think it'll pass the century mark, but I don't think it's gonna go a lot further than that. I'm gonna go.
Either way, definitely a big flop, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Box office wise.
I'm gonna go. I think 110 million.
All right. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Indeed.
When are we gonna recap on these? I feel like we always say that, but we never like recap what the findings are.
We can do that in one of the upcoming recaps.
Okay. Cool.
We can do that. We have the technology. Last up is our summer movie draft update. So I did update the numbers.
We never ranked the Nicholas movies. We could do that after this. It's okay.
Okay.
We'll just
can
do
do
a
that.
quick little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for our summer movie draft, for those who don't know, we both picked 8 different movies coming out this summer, and we're betting on which selection is going to do better over box office and reception.
Mm-hmm.
Currently,
You have 2 movies this weekend.
Yep. So I am now up to 3 movies on my list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hold back on the
What's
scary
the movie?
movie.
We're seeing that today, so we will be making a video on that tomorrow at the time of filming. So you'll see that somewhat soon.
Yeah. And
If not already. You might see that before you see this, actually. I
Who
don't
knows?
know. We shall see.
And you currently have 4 movies out. So
Wait, how many do you have?
3.
3. Oh.
So I had I Love Boosters, which gave me 58. I'm not going to touch on Scary Movie yet.
Yeah.
And then Masters of the Universe gave me 56. So that gives me 114 points with those 2 movies. Roughly close to just a little over half.
Yeah.
So you currently have Mandalorian and Grogu, The Backrooms, Obsession, and Power Ballad officially got a wide release.
I know.
Wider
I'm sad.
release.
Yeah, I'm sad
It's
that it didn't
pretty
come to us.
limited.
It's like not even like the hour away theater that we sometimes go to.
It's a very small release.
sad because it looks so good. I'm excited to see that at some point in life.
Yeah. So top to bottom down your list. So of these 4, you picked Mandalorian and Grogu first. So that's currently at 64 points. Then you picked Backrooms next, which has 58 points. Obsession, which is currently at 72 points, the highest
Thank you, Obsession.
of
I love you.
all of the movies so far.
Yes.
And you had Power Ballad, which is currently at 48 points.
Ooh, pretty low.
It is only in the thousands right now at box office, and it does not have a cinema score. It did just get its audience score. It had its critic score before, but now Rotten Tomatoes has a score for both.
Okay.
So 48's that current total.
I don't know if it'll get a cinema score. We shall see.
I wouldn't think so at this point.
Sometimes they come on Saturdays, so maybe.
But we already got the Masters of the Universe and Scary Movie one.
But those are like really big. I don't know.
So for a grand total of 242 points among 4 movies, which is more over half than mine is.
Power Ballad doing me dirty. It's okay.
Yeah, you gotta be careful
I still like
sometimes.
it. I remember that one time that you had like 2 or 3 movies that didn't have a cinema score, and that was rough.
Yeah, if you don't get a cinema score, those reviews gotta be high, man.
Which they are, but yeah. Then the box office isn't there either, so yeah.
That's
What
brutal
can you
out
do?
here. But yeah, so that is our current standing. We will give an update after we review Scary Movie. Okay, and then you wanted to close out this episode by ranking our
Yes.
Nicholas Galzantine movies.
Very quickly, I just like ranking them off. So
Yeah.
from bottom to top, I've seen 6. So I'll put Purple Hearts. Bottoms, listen. Okay, we have to talk about this because a clip from this movie is in our intro. It's the like.
Well,
what
the
is
two ugly, untalented
gays,
gays.
please come to the principal's office. Listen, I think this is one where everyone was saying this is like life changing. This is like the funniest thing they've ever seen in their entire lives. They hella hyped this up. And so when we saw it, it wasn't that, and so I think we were more disappointed. It wasn't just that it felt fine. It was like we were disappointed because of all the hype. So I feel like now, with some time away, managing expectations, and also really, really enjoying like the main, more of the main cast,
yeah.
more of the, I would say, I think that would help on a rewatch.
I would agree.
And Cole has not seen that, so at some point we could rewatch it, have some fun with that. So, but for now, I'm so sorry. It's number 5 for me. Then Masters of the Universe. Then Red, White, and Royal Blue. And then The Idea of You. Maybe that's crazy, but I have thoughts on that anyways. And then The Sheep Detectives. Okay. What about you?
Yeah, so top to bottom for me, it is, and I've only seen 4, tragically. And 2, and that feels crazy to me. And actually, I think
Because
2
he hasn't seen The Idea of You or Purple Hearts.
So I think my list is bottom to top. Bottoms, Red, White, and Royal Blue, Masters of the Universe, Cheap Detectives.
All right.
And I think, didn't Red, White, and Royal Blue and Bottoms come out the same year? 2023 and 2023.
Yes.
Interesting. He has years.
Okay. Okay.
And he's about to have a 3rd movie out this year. So. Right? I think that's when Wedding is coming out.
Oh, maybe. This year or 2027. I don't really know which one.
I feel like I was hearing talk that it was this year, but who knows?
Hopefully.
Things can change. But yeah. Ultimately, love the guy.
He's fun.
Very fun. And funny.
Yeah. Excited for the wedding movie.
Where they better be the ones getting married.
No,
or
actually.
else.
They're like teasing. They're like, who even knows who's going to get married? I'm like, if it's not y'all, you're not getting a good score from me.
No, wasn't there a movie?
Like,
I feel
absolutely not.
I feel like another movie recently has done something like that.
Where someone should have gotten married?
I don't know if it was necessarily married, but it was like the title was like something happens, and then they were like, oh, but you don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've had this irritation before. I'll think on it.
Yeah. Because I'm actually interested in that. Anyways.
Ugh.
Yeah, would love to see him in other stuff. And Camila Mendes, love her. So.
Oh yeah,
Lots of
I would
people.
love for this franchise to continue into a sequel. I think that there's notes that they can improve upon. I think this could be a very fun franchise.
I agree.
Ugh.
Even if, if I if they don't want to make another movie because it lost so much money, maybe like a TV show. Like, I just want to see more of these characters, whatever, or a streaming movie, like whatever you want to do to still like make something with these characters. I'm fine with, even if that's not a movie. Obviously, always root for movies, but if it's that, or if it's something or nothing, I want something. So,
Indeed.
yeah.
No, speaking of animation, there's actually about to be a really cool string of superhero animation. Because back to back, we're about to have season 3 of My Adventures with Superman, X-Men 97 season 2, and then Batman the Caped Crusader season 2. And I am so excited for that.
Yeah.
I love animation. But anyways, that is going to wrap up our conversation on Masters of the Universe. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you thought. And until next time, I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your host, Alicia.
And thank you so much for watching Not So Straight Nerds.